So about 10 weeks ago, I started TRT and my entire life changed. It allowed me to have better mood, better clarity, better workouts. It allowed me to pack on 10 pounds of muscle that I had lost in just a few short weeks. But interestingly enough, the biggest benefits weren't actually physical. The biggest benefits that I saw were in the amount of mental performance that I was able to put out and how much more work I was actually capable of doing. I was able to withstand a lot more stress, not only in the gym, but also in the work that I was doing. And it started to make me wonder, why doesn't everyone take TRT? But then as I dove further into it, I realized that there were actually a lot of things that TRT did not fix for me that might actually be at the root cause of why so many people are seeking out TRT today. I realized that there is still a set of habits and practices that you have to cultivate in order to really feel your best, even if you are taking exogenous testosterone. My name is Shashank. I'm a certified personal trainer with a bachelor's degree in biochemistry, and on this channel, I am your guide to overcoming burnout and getting the best physique and mindset possible. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why it seems like TRT is becoming a bigger necessity in a modern world with so many burnt out high-performance young people, and what you can do to maximize your performance, feel your best, whether you decide to go on TRT or not. Now, the reason that so many people require testosterone comes down to the problems with modern society, and I've talked about this on this channel before, but modern society actually tends to glorify overworking and burning ourselves out. My favorite example is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a billionaire, and he is for sure glorified for the amount of work that he puts in without sleeping, without properly eating, and yet we would then look down on his other practices, which include taking pre-workout the moment he gets out of bed, possibly using GLP-1s, and then not exercising. But when we talk about his wealth and overworking and burnout, it's all well and good. In the same way with fitness models, we tend to glorify the best physiques. We always say that physique should be accepted no matter what, and yet if you look at the top performing people on YouTube, it's always people who are clearly enhanced or their physique is unattainable. And I think that there is a big disconnect between what gets rewarded in society versus what it takes to get there. If you are telling people that it's time to take care of your health, it's time to not do TRT, and yet you're showing that all the most successful people are enhanced in some way, whether that's with caffeine, whether it's with some sort of other mental performance drug, or whether it is with TRT. And if you didn't take TRT, then anything required to reach this level would for sure plummet your hormones. Everyone talks about how young people want to take shortcuts, they don't want to do the work. Well, I'm here to say, what if we do want to do the work, and that's exactly the reason that we need TRT. Now, I personally went through investment banking. Everyone glorified the idea of working 100 hours a week, of driving yourself into the ground, and at the same time I was doing my cardio, I was doing my diet, I was doing everything right. And I was natural, and I was for sure burning out. At the end of the day, we are all trying to live in a way that doesn't really work. Human beings were never meant to grind 24/7 in isolation. Human beings were never meant to go without sleep for extended periods of years. Human beings were also never meant to live inside like this with sedentary lifestyles. We do a lot of things that human beings weren't really meant to do, which leads to hormonal problems earlier and earlier on. Whether you want to choose to avoid microplastics or touching receipts or whatever thing people are saying on the internet, at the end of the day, I think it makes perfect and logical sense why so many people need TRT. Now, quick disclaimer, this is not an advertisement for TRT. This is not me saying that you should go get TRT. Always check with your doctor. Always make sure that you are making the right decisions, and make sure, of course, that you are in fact trying to maximize your lifestyle before you get on it. I feel like I have to say that. The purpose of this section is really to explain why I believe so many people are having to need it. And I don't think it's just because they're not doing the right things. If anything, I think it's because they are doing the quote-unquote right things. So that being said, I personally also experienced severe mental burnout. I had destroyed my dopamine from mindless scrolling, constant hours in front of the screen with no real human interaction. And so what I had to do was still rebuild myself from the ground up. And what I realized was that whether I was taking TRT or not, those things were still required for upkeep. It wasn't like I got to take it and then just neglect everything else. It might have made me more stress resilient and made it easier for me to cope with the ups and downs of modern life, but it did not take away the need for the sort of general housekeeping related to your good habits and maintaining the quality and health of your nervous system. Now, real quick, if you are looking to change your mindset, change your physique for the better, and you are feeling burnt out on both of those things like so many of us are, then I highly recommend that you check out the Osiris protocol. It's linked in the description below. This program includes everything that I've learned while rebuilding myself from complete burnout in a much healthier and happier way, able to do everything that I need. It includes modules on how to improve your physique with minimalist workouts that will get you the most bang for your buck, nutrition that will actually help you grow without pumping you full of chemicals or just focusing on calories in, calories out, and of course, mindset tips to restore your sense of joy in life and make you actually want to go to the gym without relying on willpower. So if you are interested, go ahead and check that out in the link below. If you want a more personal approach, you can also apply for coaching with me in the description below. But with that, back to the video. So now we move on to the things that are absolutely essential to feel your best, whether you are on TRT or not. If you don't focus on these, then you will end up burnt out, whether you're taking the most hormones or no hormones. Starting off with number one, you need to figure out your threshold. You need to figure out what is the maximum amount that you can realistically push. Like I mentioned before, human beings are not meant to burn themselves at both ends of the candle. You might see your favorite YouTuber being able to work 100 hours a week and still maintain their physique, but that may not be realistic for you. You might be having more stress at work. You might even be working longer hours than them, depending on maybe if you're in finance or you're a doctor or something like that, and you can't actually match that sort of output. If you are finding yourself at the brink and exhausted mentally and physically every single day, then you are still going to need to scale back. And TRT is not going to help that. Now, the second thing is to be a human being again. And this one was so important to me because the longer we spend inside at our screens is the longer that we actually turn into these robots. We stop forgetting what it's like to go outside, to play. I mean, when was the last time that you went outside just to throw a ball around or, toss the football with your friends? Probably never. I'm gonna guess for a lot of you guys, it's been like years. And you forget the joys of being a human. You forget what it's like to push yourself. You have to make sure that you're getting these experiences. So go out, spend time with friends, watch a movie, take a day off. And trust me, you need to do these things or your mind and your body will eventually suffer. Now, the third thing is obvious, but protect your sleep. Now, I mentioned going outside and being a human being, but that does not mean that you go out and party your life away, right? We want to be productive human beings. We want to understand the human experience, and that means with good habits. Don't go drinking saying that Shashank told you to go drink. No, I didn't tell you to go drink. What you need to do is to make sure that you are sleeping every single day. Lack of sleep over time reduces your dopamine, it makes you make worse choices, it makes you unhappier, it reduces your hormones, and it reduces your muscle building capacity whether you're on TRT or not. You're going to feel awful, you're not going to be able to perform in the gym, and you're not going to be able to perform mentally. And over time, these things compound, and they actually make the amount of effort that your body can put out lower and lower. So a great way to age yourself prematurely is actually to reduce sleep. Now, the next thing you need to do is to protect your eyes. Everything that we see on social media is designed to influence us in some way. If you are trying to build your best physique, whether you are enhanced or not, if you keep program hopping or you keep changing your approaches or you don't stick to something, you will not see results. If you're too busy watching, Greg Doucette and then you decide you want to switch to Jeff Nippard's approach, you're not going to build the same amount of muscle as if you had just stuck with one thing. Also, the more time you spend watching is less time you can spend doing. If you're always watching fitness videos instead of getting on the elliptical and doing your cardio, then you're probably not going to lose the weight that you're looking for. So I suggest that you guard what your brain consumes. You don't want excess distractions making you think that you need to change your routine. You don't want excess distractions adding more stress to your life. Like I said, you just want to limit the distractions, go out, be a human being, spend time, be active. And the last thing that you need to do is to make sure that your nervous system is in check. Now, I'm very big on this channel with circadian rhythm, with making sure that we reduce our stress. So I suggest that you go out, do some breath work, you even get your feet on the grass. Just go barefoot in some grass, connect with the earth. And that sounds really woo-woo-y. Trust me, I am just like you. But if you go out, you get your feet on the grass, you get some sun in your eyes, your mind will feel amazing. Your performance will feel so much better. It's the same reason that we put big windows in the luxury offices. It's because your brain actually functions better and humans were just meant to thrive outside. So of course, those are all things that you can start doing today. Those are going to improve your quality of life. And even if you do all of these, you might need TRT because such is the modern world. And if that's the case, then by all means, check with your doctor and get on TRT. But whether you get on it or not, you're still going to have to make these efforts to feel your best. And of course, that's the real purpose of this video. To tell you that you cannot neglect the basics just because you are taking enhancement like so many of us are today. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button if you want to stay up to date when I post new content. Again, the links to the Osiris protocol and one-on-one coaching are down below. And if you made it to the end of this video, please don't stop now. Go ahead and watch this video next, which will of course continue you on your path to getting the best physique and mindset that you can. And I will see you in the next video.